Children, it is a continuation of the chapter Force and Pressure. Now let us continue the exercise and take the sixth question. A blacksmith hammers a hot piece of iron while making a tool. How does the force due to hammering affect the piece of iron? Here blacksmith is hammering, means here muscular force is exerted by the blacksmith. Blacksmith uses his muscular force while hammering a hot piece of iron, and due to hammering, the muscular force exerted by him changes the shape of the iron so that it can be given in the desired shape. So you can give the desired shape by hammering, and hammering means it is done by the blacksmith. Here the force is exerted by the blacksmith, that is nothing but muscular force. So you write the answer here. The effect of force is here, that is change in the shape of the object. So you take answer. Blacksmith uses muscular force while hammering. While hammering a hot piece of iron. A hot piece of iron. The muscular force exerted by blacksmith changes the shape of iron. That is the effect of force is here, that is change of shape, so that you can give the it can be given the desired shape. So that desired shape can be given. Here. Here the source is muscular force, and here he uses hammers, because you know that he can't touch the iron directly. He must have some tool here. So by the help of that hammer, he exerts muscular force on the iron, that is on the piece of hot iron, and then he can give the shape to the hot iron piece. Next, let us take the next question. An inflated balloon was pressed against a wall after it has been rubbed with a piece of synthetic cloth. It was found that the balloon sticks to the wall. What force might be responsible for the attraction between the balloon and wall? When an inflated balloon rubbed with a piece of synthetic cloth, it becomes charged. And you know that a charged body attracts an uncharged body. Here wall is an uncharged body, and the inflated balloon which is rubbed with the piece of synthetic cloth is a charged body. A charged body attracts an uncharged body. When this charged balloon is pressed against a wall, it sticks to the wall. That is, here there is a force is electrostatic force acts between the charged balloon and the uncharged wall. So write, when Here it is an answer, right? When inflated balloon rubbed with a piece of synthetic cloth it becomes charged body. It becomes charged body. Charged body, a charged body can attracts an uncharged body. An uncharged body. So the charged balloon, when a charged, or when this you write, when this charged inflated balloon is pressed against a wall, it sticks to the wall. It sticks to the wall. Thus, the electrostatic force acts between balloon and wall, responsible for the attraction. Next, let us take the next question, that is, name the force acting on a plastic bucket containing water held above ground level in your hand. Discuss why the force acting on the bucket do not bring a change in its state of motion. To hold the bucket of water above the ground, here muscular force is used. This muscular force acts against the force of gravity. You know that the force of gravity pulls the bucket towards the ground, that is towards the downward direction it is. Bucket lifting is against the force of gravity. The two forces, force exerted by the person who holds the bucket, that is the muscular force, and the gravitational force or force due to gravity, are equal and opposite. They are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Therefore, the net force on the bucket becomes 0 and there is no change in the state of motion. Here, force exerted by the muscles is exactly equals to the force exerted by the gravity, but you know that they are in the opposite direction, so the net force becomes 0. So there is no any change in the state of motion of the bucket here. So you write, for holding the bucket of water, you write answer, for holding the plastic bucket containing water, plastic bucket containing water above the ground level, we use muscular force here. We use, or muscular force is used. So what is used here? Muscular force is used. And this force, this muscular force acts against the force of gravity that pulls the bucket towards the ground here. This muscular force acts against the force of gravity which pulls bucket towards the ground, pulls bucket towards the ground, pulls bucket towards the ground, pulls bucket towards the ground. Here the two forces which are acting on the bucket are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. The two forces which are acting on the bucket are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Opposite in direction. So the net force on the bucket becomes 0. So the net force on the bucket becomes 0. Net force on the bucket becomes 0. Therefore, there is no change in the state of motion. Therefore, there is no change in the state of motion. Next, let us discuss the 9th question. A rocket has been fired upward to launch satellite in its orbit. Name the two forces acting on the rocket immediately after leaving the launching pad. You know that when the rocket is left from the launching pad, two forces are acting on it. The two forces are, one is the gravitational pull of the earth, second one is the, when it moves in the air, then there is a frictional force, that is the friction due to earth's atmosphere, that is in the direction of the opposite direction of the motion of the rocket. So you take two forces. So write the answer here. Two forces acting on the rocket immediately after leaving the launching pad are after leaving the launching pad are first one is, that is the force of gravity which is in the direction towards the earth. That is, you take here the first one is, that is the gravitational attraction of the earth. So right, first one is force of gravity. Force of gravity which pulls the rocket towards the earth. Rocket towards the earth. Second one, the force of friction due to earth's atmosphere. You know that it travels in the earth atmosphere. So the second force is force of friction. Force of friction due to earth's atmosphere. Due to earth's atmosphere, which opposes the motion of the rocket. Which opposes the motion of rocket. Now the 10th question. When we press the bulb of a dropper with its nozzle kept in water, air in the dropper is seen to escape in the form of bubbles. Once we release the pressure on the bulb, water gets filled in the dropper. The rise of water in the dropper is due to. Here there are 4 options. Pressure of water, gravity of the earth, shape of rubber bulb, atmospheric pressure. Here the answer is atmospheric pressure is responsible here. Due to the atmospheric pressure, water gets filled in the dropper. Here what happens when we press the bulb of dropper with its nozzle kept in water, the air escapes from the nozzle. When all the air escapes from the nozzle, the atmospheric pressure which is acting on the water forces the water to fill the nozzle of the dropper. As there is no air inside the dropper, you know that there is no any air pressure inside, but here from the outside there is a pressure of the air, and due to that pressure water gets filled in the dropper. So you write the answer. The option is here D. Answer is D, that is answer you write, that is D. What is that D? That is atmospheric pressure. Answer is here atmospheric pressure. And here how it is? When all the air escapes from the nozzle, when all the air escapes from the nozzle of the dropper, from the nozzle of the dropper, the atmospheric pressure which is acting on the water, the atmospheric pressure which is acting on the water forces the water to fill the nozzle of the dropper. Water to fill the nozzle of the dropper. This completes the complete chapter, force and pressure, and their exercise also